What stresses you out the most?
I think generally it's financial situations these days, with the economy.
People. Just people. Just they stress me a lot.
Taking on too much responsibility, having to go to work and school.
I think mostly work.
Just work and having to go to work, I guess, that concept of it.
Finances.
Families and relationships. It's just how to deal with your family members.
Probably work and maybe relationship stuff sometimes. So what do you do to manage your stress? Like on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis, to de-stress, relax, unwind? What strategies do you employ?
Well, I'm actually really bad at doing that, but I have found that exercising helps a lot.
I always got into exercise.
I go to the gym every day and I run for half an hour.
Well, probably avoidance, denial.
Going to the gym, running.
What do you do for your stress?
I think number one, the best thing that has worked for me is just taking a walk or exercising. That is the best thing because it totally makes me forget about my problems.
Meditate sometimes, veg in front of the TV, watch sports highlights, things like that.
Exercising.
My name is Dr. Nima Rahmany and I have a confession to make. I am a stress case. Just ask anyone closest to me, my staff, my family members, my friends, they'll tell you it's true. I came to terms with the fact that if I didn't do something about my stress, then I was going to deteriorate in my health, in the mind and the body. So that's why I created this little series called Stressbusters to teach you how to overcome your stress, how to manage it, how to take control of your life so that you don't become a statistic like everybody else. Stress is really our body and our mind's way of coping with a perceived threat to our environment. Now, short term that works really well, but prolonged periods of stress actually cause our body to start to break down. Now, even the Center for Disease Control has stated that up to 90% of all visits to a doctor have stress as the underlying trigger. So in other words, stress-related illness is really killing our society slowly. And our healthcare system is unfortunately failing because drugs and surgery do not get to the underlying root cause. In order to really understand stress and how to cope with it, we first have to appreciate what stress is doing to our body and why it's there. Your body is magnificently equipped to deal with short-term stress. I mean, everybody's experienced that state of panic or fear or that adrenaline rush. Short-term, that's not a problem. But prolonged periods of chronic stress actually lead to exhaustion of the body and breakdown of the cells, which leads to disease and disorders. I want you to imagine yourself as a zebra running around in the Serengeti. All of a sudden, in one fell swoop, you find yourself being chased down by a lion. At that moment, the adrenaline and cortisol will get released and your body starts to round up its resources for your survival. Let's take a look at some of those changes and dissect what happens within your body. Your sensitivity and your sense organs become extremely sharpened. Why? Because at that moment, you want to be able to perceive different threats coming from the environment. So under the effects of adrenaline and cortisol, your heart rate starts to go up. Why? Because it wants to send all of those energy substrates and nutrients from your core into the muscles in your arms and legs to get enough energy to run from that lion. Our insulin receptors on our cell, which actually take sugar out of the blood and store it as fat, they close down. Why is that important? So that we can actually keep our blood sugar levels high so that we have enough energy to run from that lion. Your blood gets pulled away from your thinking brain and your neocortex, all away from there into your reactive brain and your brainstem. You don't really need to be thinking when you're running from a lion. You need to be reacting. your digestive system shuts down. Why? Because you don't need to be digesting your food when you're running from a lion. Your immune system completely shuts down. Why? Because it is extremely tiring for your body to make white blood cells to fight an infection. Your reproductive organs completely shut down in the midst of a lion attack. Why? Because we're not thinking reproduction and procreation during those stressful times. Serotonin, which is a chemical produced for a sense of peace and well-being within the body, and it's very important in mood, simply can't keep up with a high demand of stress and anxiety during a lion attack, so it gets completely depleted in our bodies. Stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, which are made of fat and sugar, cause us to have uncontrollable food cravings and can also lead to addictions. So the crazy thing is, whether there's an actual lion present or there's the fear of the lion attack, your body reacts exactly the same. A zebra, after being chased down, will go back to grazing about 15 to 20 minutes later if he survives the attack. The lion will probably go back to sleep. With humans, it's quite different. We live in a constant state of overactivity of our sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. And it's making us sicker every single day. So just as our thoughts have the capacity to make us sick, our thoughts also have the capacity to make us well. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to challenge you with an experiment. If I were to really concentrate and focus right now, there's probably about a zillion things that are going crappy with my life right now, just like in your case. But for the next 3 weeks, if you're willing to participate with me in this experiment, and I'll participate with you as well, we are going to think of nothing but 20 to 50 things that you're grateful for. You're going to do that every single day, 3 times a day, 5 minutes each time for the next 3 weeks. Every single day, you're going to make time for a vigorous walk for at least half an hour. Half an hour a day. If you're not exercising already, you're going to add in a vigorous walk to your lifestyle. That is going to help bring your stress hormone levels down. It'll save your life. Woo! Now you know what stress is doing to your body specifically and what you can do about it. I look forward to sharing with you more strategies to lower your stress hormones and to slowly save your life. These tools can be implemented right away and are free of charge. Until next time, this is Dr. Nima Rahmany signing off and reminding you to be careful what you wish for, because when you get it, it will present its own new series of challenges in your life that will also suck. So you might as well be grateful for what you got right now.